This is Focus on Your Health. It's brought to you by Kingman Regional Medical Center in historic Kingman, Arizona. I'm TG LaFredo, and this week I'm coming to you from the Del E Webb Wellness Center. My guest is Teri Rose. She is the aquatics coordinator, the lead lifeguard, and the coach. She does pretty much everything. Hey, Teri, welcome.
Thank you.
You do, right? I mean, if there's a job that needs to be done around here, it kind of falls on you.
It does. I feel like I'm an old timer, so some things just get done because you know what to do.
We were talking as I was setting up, and you've been here at the pool for a good many years.
Yes, 15.
15
We're
years.
15 years.
At heart, you were a beach girl to start out with.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Southern California, but then you came to the desert. We do have lots of beach. We just don't have much ocean here.
Right.
So you found yourself in the pool environment, and you never really looked back, right?
Right. Found a big cement box full of water. It's always there.
I came to know you a couple of years ago, and I was rehabbing an injury. And let's say we're talking all about the pool here today.
Right.
In case
we got you aqua jogging.
Yeah, you did, and it was sort of like running with a parachute on.
Yes.
I had a foot injury. I like to run, and I used to cover a lot of distance, and I think my foot injury has sort of forced me into retirement. But it was worse then, and so you got me aqua jogging, and it was the resistance is incredible.
Yes.
There's a rumor that if you're in the pool, you don't really sweat when you're working out, which is total nonsense.
Correct. You better be sweating while you're working out.
You may be less aware of it, but you're really working hard in the pool.
Yes, you work really hard. Aqua jogging actually came about, developed when the Olympics were in Los Angeles, and a lot of the Olympians, like Jackie Joyner Kersee and Carl Lewis, spent time in the water for that impact reasons. And so I brought it with me from Southern California, something I had been exposed to then, and it's become a lot bigger. And we actually teach 2 classes of aqua jogging in our exercise programming every week.
And I'm going to throw you a pitch that's easy enough to hit, but why aqua jog for you? Why aqua jogging over regular jog, running on the road or running on a treadmill even?
Well, the weather's better usually. However, I was actually a runner too. And I ran through high school, and I received college scholarships for track. I broke my foot when I was a senior in high school 2 times. I took off my cast way too early and ran anyway.
Because you were just dying to
run. Because I can.
Yeah, right.
And, Supergirl, right? Stupid teenager Supergirl. But I broke the same bone, different spot. So it really thwarted what I could do. It didn't give me very much success in college, but then I found other types of exercise in college, which kind of led me down the fitness path. But I became a weightlifter. I always lifted weights, but I became more about lifting for strength. And, I had a weaker upper body. I had grown up surfing, running, things like that. And so I ended up setting a record in college with upper body workout. So I learned a lot about the body, and I had taken anatomy physiology classes in high school, and always been an athlete and always in sports. So kind of coming here led me into all these different areas, and growing at the Wellness Center over the 15 years is why I do everything, just because, we need someone to teach this class. Okay. Right. So you end up just moving along and growing your certification resume as you go.
Yeah, if it's something you haven't done before, you say, well, I could figure that out, and you do some research.
Or you take the certification courses, whatever.
Right.
I have many branches to my tree, from the coaching to the fitness training and such. So
do you mentioned weightlifting and running. Is your heart pretty much all about the pool, though, these days?
My heart has always been water.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yes. So just even when I was a runner, I lived at the beach. I lived at the beach. I ran at the beach in the sand. So I love the water. And so it was very hard to be in the desert without water. So
where did you live, by the way?
I lived in Capistrano Beach.
Okay. Yeah.
In Dana Point.
And you were just right there, and
oh yeah.
Must have been a transition for you coming up to the high desert.
Yes, definitely. We had a house down, well, we had it at the beach and also in the mountains. You could ski and surf in the same day. It's kind of a fun,
Wow.
we were always outdoor people.
There aren't a lot of places in the world where you could do both of those.
Absolutely
in the same
not.
day. That's a special
Absolutely
thing,
not. Right.
So we're talking really about the pool here at the Delhi Webb Wellness Center, and you never seem at a loss for customers. But I think people need to know, this is really a community resource. It is not a pool to just kind of float around in. It's a workout pool.
Yes. It is the Wellness Center. It's a rehabilitation workout. We're here for exercise. So our pool is not really like a community pool in the sense where you want to go to the open swim down at the city and play. We do have family swim time where we encourage adults to work with their children, helping our members get their kids in the pool, help them swim, mommy and daddy time. Not so much just goof off. Our pool isn't designed for that. We don't have the deck space or the area to really offer that kind of activity. Our pool is 6 lanes, 25-yard lanes, so it's a very small pool, and the deck is not meant for running or goofing around. It's very slippery, but we do allow kids in. We have family swim times every day of the week, different times during the day, where we can encourage people to come in and use the pool with their kids. We have open area time for adults, where they can do exercise, maybe not wanting to participate in a class or organized group activity, and they're not lap swimmers, but they can come and use the pool and get their exercise. And we have all kinds of different equipment they can use, from noodles to dumbbells, different types of hand equipment that, we work with the physical therapy department, and we kind of offer a lot of the same equipment to use for people to continue on their own.
And the hours here at the pool are Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 8:45 p.m. and then on the weekends from 7 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. And if you're interested in some more information, you can call 692-4600. That's 692-4600. Or you can just stop by, stop by and you can get a visitor's pass and check the place out, right?
Definitely. We also post schedules at the azkrmc.com website.
Right. And every day, so we said long hours here at the pool, especially on weekdays from 5 a.m. to 8:45. Who's in here at 5 a.m. Other than you?
We are very busy at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
When I come to work in the morning, there's usually cars out front waiting for people to get in. We have programming on the fitness floor, classes in the morning, from boot camp to other types of specialty classes. People want to work out before work. Different people here in town, especially with the school districts, they start at different times. You have people that need to get in and out in an hour and get to school by 7. So we have quite a bit of people that are here in the morning, very, very busy. We have regulars every day that come in, do their lap swimming workout, and then they get out the building. In the mornings, you tend to see things run really in the morning, like by the hour. It's like one group comes for an hour and the next group comes for an hour.
You get your shift.
But we are very busy. We don't have aerobic classes in the water in the morning, no exercise classes, but most people are coming in and doing their laps. You have people people training for different events in their lives that are coming in because they have to get it done.
And throughout the day, there are always, I think, at least 2 lanes reserved for lap swim, something like that, right?
Yes. There's only like 30 minutes a couple days a week where we have an overlap because we have other activities coming in, which would be the swim team kids in the evenings.
Right.
I coach the adults for masters. They go to travel to their own adult meets and things like that. So we do have that time that overlaps a little bit when they're finished working out, when members use the lanes too. But we try to always have at least something available. It's never closed off. For
the serious lap swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
You touched on the exercise classes. Speaking of the classes in the pool, it's a pretty good workout, and you have a bunch of different workouts and sessions, right?
Yes. We have exercise classes every day of the week except Sunday at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, we have classes at 10 a.m., and then we'll be offering the new Glide class Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m.
I know you're excited about Glide, and you were showing me some video. I knew nothing about this, so how do we describe this for radio? This is a new program that you're getting ready to launch here.
Right. The Glide the type of exercise is known as ABST, or aqua-based stability training. It's being done by different groups over the last few years, has become very popular. It's actually a very sturdy mat that sits on top of the water. It's very sturdy. It's a minimum of 15 psi inside of the mat, so it doesn't bend, it doesn't fold. It bungee cords to lane lines, so it doesn't move around. But you are working core muscles and stability muscles in the body that you don't get on the land. So you do a lot of land-based activity on it. Any type of yoga, sit-ups, push-ups, any type of calisthenic that you can do from the ground can be done on the mat. You can stand on the mat and do any type of lifting. You can use medicine balls, TheraBands, tubing, all different types of things to have any type of exercise routine you wanted. You hang off the mat, you can do weights hanging off the mat, so you can use water resistance as well as whatever you can get land-based type resistance on the surface. You can do HIIT training on it, jump up, get up, do push-ups back on it, various things like that. It's there's just no end to it. So,
and no matter what you would do, maybe on an exercise floor in an exercise room here, you can do any of that stuff, or almost any of it, right? But when you're doing it on the glide, what is it the platform, or what's the right way to refer to it?
They're known as mats. It's
okay.
It's a glide mat.
Yeah, and if you're doing it on the mat, and everything you do, there's this added component of having to balance yourself and maintain equilibrium over water while the mat is kind of, slipping.
It does move, yes. It does move around. Yes, it's very intense. It gets better each time you do it. Your muscle memory comes into play, and your stability muscles know how to respond. So there is quite a bit of balance work on it. You do along with whatever weight type training or resistance type training you're trying to do. So it's a double dose, that's for sure.
I'm thinking if you're involved in an activity where you're really, if you're cross-training,
yes,
and you're trying to develop your balance, then this has got to translate in ways,
absolutely.
Right? Advantageous.
Absolutely.
It
will.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
No, it will. It will absolutely because so much about even just walking is your posture. And when I have people in the water that are rehabbing something, I start them walking in the water. It's like, just walk. That's your exercise right now. Just walk. Stand up straight with your hips forward. You have to find all of that on the mat, or you will fall.
It's time for a quick break on Focus on Your Health. We'll be back in a moment for more with Teri Rose. Stick around. Support for the Arizona Community Radio Network is provided by Kingman Regional Medical Center. Every 11 seconds, an older American is treated in the emergency room for a fall. The Dizziness and Balance Center at KRMC helps patients overcome problems with equilibrium. For more information, call 692-4630. KRMC. Welcome back to Focus on Your Health. I'm TG LaFredo, and this week my guest is Teri Rose. She is the lead lifeguard and aquatics coordinator at the Del E Webb Wellness Center. We're talking all about aqua-based stability training, or ABST. You took an instructor training course for the glide as well.
Yes.
And what was it? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It was a lot of fun. We went over a lot of things that we had already done here at the Wellness Center just to see if we could offer the class, spacing, how big are they, how many can we use, keeping them so far away from the deck, etc. The manual that they had given us with all that information had workouts in there, so I had tried a few of the workouts in there.
And were you impressed?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The first one I did, I was just a little achy sore. The second one I did, I was sore for at least a week. Strength and resistance training. It was just crazy. Muscles that I couldn't really simulate any kind of activity to work out that lactic acid. I just was sore. When I went up to the course, I had to go to Salt Lake City. I met with the lady who actually developed the training manual for the company. She does all the trainings, travels around the country. She put me through, it wasn't necessarily just a straight workout. It was all these different things we could do. So we can do this, we can do that. So we did some yoga stuff. We transitioned. When you're on the mat, they will teach you about points of contact. You start with 4 points of contact, which is hands and feet. You could even get knees down. We go from there to 3 points of contact, 2 points of contact, etc. They don't want you to do 1 point, which some people do try to do, but it's not very stable. That would be like doing a headstand or something, a yoga type thing, but they really don't recommend that because the stability in the neck and things like that, and the water moving, you don't have the stability that you should.
Right.
So they recommend not doing things like that.
2 points would be challenging enough for me. I don't know.
Oh, the 2 points. Until you start to run or pick up your feet, then I guess you're almost going 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But it's pretty amazing. The learning to run on it was really hard to lift up because you're momentarily at 1 point of contact at that point. Yeah. But so we did squat jumps around the world, which was, I did not think I could do it. I did not fall, but my jumps weren't pretty. But I did do quarter jumps with my squats around the mat. And so I've done it one time subsequent to that. But it definitely is a learning. The lady that did the training, she told me, I watched her moving around effortlessly on the mat. And she told me that she has done this so much, and she does like paddleboard yoga, things like that out on lakes. So she's very accustomed to this type of stability, that she'll just be walking and talking and walk right off it into the water while she's talking to people because she doesn't even realize she's on it. So it's
crazy.
That would be great to be that able on it, to be able to not even realize you're still on it.
Right. And she shared this whole variety of exercises and different ideas, and it really kind of gives you the creativity or a license to create, especially for your specific clientele when you bring this back, right?
Right. I created a teach back routine with our members in mind, our average member. We do have super fit people, and we do have people that are extremely challenged. So, what would the average person be able to do? So I created a routine where I never brought anyone to their feet actually on the mat. They were sitting off the side of the mat. They were using water resistance, transitioning on their rear from one side to the other with equipment base, tubing and things like that, to do a little strength and cardio combination. So, she said that there was things that she hadn't really thought of doing because that's not her client base. Right. So, and she felt that was great because it just exposes more people to this type of training.
I think she was impressed.
Yeah. So just dealing with different clients. So I teach a circuit class on Wednesdays at 9, and I've been putting the mats in the circuit. And we've had several people be able to do some exercise on the mat. I've had people standing on their feet. I had a 74-year-old woman standing on her feet and able to do push-ups on the mat.
Wow.
So, which she didn't realize she was going to be able to do. So it's amazing, some of the people just getting on it, trying it a few times, thinking about it, you're just like, well, I can't do that.
This is really naive of me, but I don't spend a whole lot of time in the pool, and I figured that the pool is the pool and there's not that much that changes, right? And then I show up to speak with you and you're like, oh, look at these innovations. This is what we're working on. This is new and interesting here. And, I was taken aback. I thought, well, I don't know what and I'm wondering, how do you keep up with these different innovations, and what does it take for you to get, to bring them here?
Wow. That's a loaded question. Well,
I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, I have all kinds of ideas all the time. I not taking ADD lightly, but I think I have adult ADD because I can't sit still and I can't always do the same thing. Yeah. I always need to do more. And I feel in the fitness world, especially with the clients we have here, You see people of all shapes and sizes and all ages walk into the wellness center. To me, that they even got out of bed and came here is huge, because think how many people didn't do that.
For sure, yeah.
So the fact that you get yourself up and you come here, we can find something for you to do. We can find a modification of an exercise if you can't do it. If you don't challenge yourself, you will never move forward. So we try to get people to try new things. So in the water, I try to bring as much as I can to whoever I can based on what their needs are. Right. So we may have a therapy patient who just graduated and is continuing on their own, but they're getting better now. So who's there to help them find the next step? So there's always a next step. And right now, this ABST is the next step for a lot of people. We do a lot of exercise classes in the water. And it's not just for people who are a little bit unable to be on land. We do have people like that. But there are things fit people can do as well. And just like you, I've had people in the pool that I've said, really try Aqua Jog, and they can't believe what the workout is. When someone walks into the pool and they see this, 20 people going in a circle, they think, well, they're not doing anything.
They're just trying to make a whirlpool.
Right. But once someone actually gets in and tries it, they're like, wow, that was really hard. Aqua Jog class itself is a 0 impact class, so you're getting no impact on your body, but it is the highest intensity class we have, because you have to create all your own energy, lifting your leg. You don't have the floor to help you. So you really have a lot of different types of workouts you can do in the water. We have impact classes. Most of them are maybe a mild impact, not heavy impact, up to the 0 impact. And each one of those has a different intensity. The circuit class where I put the mats in, those are a little bit that lets anybody come to work at their level. It's not instructor-led, it's a station-based. So you go from one station to the next. So you get your opportunity to work as hard or as little as you like.
It sounds like this really, having different clients at different levels come in, it allows you to be creative, and because each time you're trying to sort of solve a problem and say, I'm assessing where this person is and how can I help this person get to the next place, to the next plateau, right? Something like that?
Exactly. Well, that's our job here.
Yeah.
If you come in and you've never exercised and you start exercising, you get to a certain level, we need to bring you up to the next one now.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So having the glide here is really exciting. It's the next phase. People that don't get in the water that might want to try. We've had a few personal training clients in already. We've had some staff. So
you're testing them.
Yes,
they're
absolutely.
Test subjects for it.
Yes. Well, I will be having some sessions coming up for just staff, simply because I want all the staff to sit on it, try it, be aware of it, because you work here and people are going to ask you if you think the training might be appropriate for somebody who's coming in the door. You should be able to refer them to it as well.
So if you're the waiter, you need to try everything on the menu.
You do.
Yeah.
You absolutely do. So we're hoping to get everybody on there. And then, for your own personal workout, if it's something you think that you can fit in and you're training for something, we have all of our staff does various things in their lives, and it might aid them in something. So always being exposed to new things. I know that the glide actually ended up here because Don Willis, our director, he found the mat being presented at the URSA show when he was in Las Vegas, and so he thought it might be interesting here. It is not a cheap thing to bring in. It's very expensive to have these mats, but as far as I know, when we ordered ours, we are the only people in Arizona that have it.
That's Teri Rose. She is the aquatics coordinator and lead lifeguard here at the pool at the Del E. Webb Wellness Center. Teri, thanks so much for speaking with me today.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And that's the show. I'm TG LaFredo. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can send me an email at foyhradio@gmail.com. That's Focus on Your Health. foyhradio@gmail.com. We'll catch you next time.